person with us today, and those of you who have joined us online, we will get started shortly. In the meantime, please type in your chat box where you're coming from and what type of work that you're looking for. We are so grateful to have you here today. So we'll get started shortly. Again, everyone, welcome. As we begin shortly, please type in your chat box where you're coming from. We are grateful to have you here today. We'll begin in just a minute. See lots of people joining, and so grateful again to have you here today. We are so excited to have our presenter today. We'll get started shortly with that. Her name is Rebekah Singleton. She's here with us today. We also want to hear about your success stories. We'll have our main speaker presentation. After that, we'll share some active job leads, those that are out there, give you some partner updates, and follow up with our next job club topic, which will be in the new year, 2024. So our mission at Job Club is to provide a positive environment for job seekers to network and learn best practices for the job search. We do meet on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month, and you can find the schedule of topics on our website at ukalumni.net/Job Club. A quick introduction to our Job Club facilitators team. We are so appreciative of this team to bring you Job Club twice a month. My name is Amy Gamblin, and I am the Associate Director of Alumni Career Services. We are joined by Caroline Francis, who is the Director of Alumni Career Services. We also have Diana Doggett, an Extension Specialist with the UK Cooperative Extension Service. Also Nicole Waite, who is an Employee Specialist with the UK Steps for Temporary Employment. Behind the scenes, we have so many wonderful people who make Job Club possible. We have Suzanne Smith and Sunny Saylor from the Fayette County Extension Office, as well as Queen Sullivan, Christy Kaufman, and Lindsay Cottle with the UK Alumni Association. Thank you to this awesome team who helped put on Job Club twice a month and for supporting us. Job Club today is currently hosted in hybrid format. So we are in person. We have people here in person. We have people joining us virtually. So welcome those who are in person. And after the presentation today, it's just informative, we will have some time to network, those of you who are with us in person. We also welcome those who are joining us virtually. So this includes those that are joining via Zoom webinar, where there is a chat box moderator available, and also Facebook Live, and there's no chat box for that Facebook Live option there. Please do note that starting in January, we will be Zoom only. So we are planning some exciting announcements for 2024. So please watch your email for that. But in January, we'll be Zoom only. You can receive our free Job Club resource packet on our website. It's linked in the newsletter that you'll receive after Job Club today. We also highly encourage you to join our LinkedIn group. That information is in your chat box. And many times, employees will send job leads that will close before the next Job Club meeting or newsletter goes out. So be sure to make that part of your regular job search, maybe checking that 2 to 3 times a week to learn of the wide variety of jobs that are out there for you. Employers and recruiters are always welcome at Job Club, where they may have a 1-minute spotlight to share active job leads with the group. So a few items to take note of. Please note that some people are conducting a confidential job search, so let's be respectful for the privacy of the job search of others. You can check out our job search related articles included in our Job Club reminder emails. And the recordings and PowerPoint slides will be available to you at ukalumni.net/job club. So we do want to welcome our first timers here, those of you that are in person, those of you that are joining online. So if you're a first timer in person, please raise your hand. Glad that you're here. And if you're a first timer online, please do let us know that as well. We welcome you. I'm so grateful that you are here with us today. Now, please note you will receive a follow-up survey later today, and this feedback will place you in our notification system for future programs. Next, we want to hear about any success stories that are out there. So this actually includes more than just securing a job. It could mean that you have an interview lined up. It could mean that you've updated your resume. It could mean that you've scheduled a coffee date, to talk to someone about a potential job. So please let us know in the chat if you have any success stories, and any success stories in our audience here. Okay. Well, you're here, so that is a success. So just being here is a success in itself. So we're, send us an email. If you do have success, we want to celebrate with you any success stories that you might have. We love to share those. We love to help motivate people, and we love to share those stories with you. We are very excited to have our guest speaker today, Rebekah Singleton, who will be speaking on applying for state government, insights into the job application process. Rebekah Singleton is the Administrative Branch Manager for the Applicant, Veterans, and Recruitment Assistance Branch. Rebekah began her career in 2007 with the Personnel Cabinet Division of Career Opportunities. She oversees and provides guidance to applicants, agencies, and attends various recruitment fairs throughout the Commonwealth, promoting the diverse career opportunities available. She also oversees the co-op intern program for the Commonwealth. Rebekah currently resides in Frankfort, Kentucky, with her husband and 2 daughters. So please welcome Rebekah as she presents to us today. I think, Rebekah, you need to unmute yourself.
I guess that would help with the presentation. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for this presentation, Applying to State Government, Insights into the Job Application Process. As she had just said, my name is Rebekah Singleton. I am with the Applicant, Veterans, and Recruitment Branch Manager, which is housed within our Division of Career Opportunities, which is part of the Personnel Cabinet. Our agenda today, I'd like to go over. We're going to discuss state government benefits, an overview of the careers website, how to search for jobs, using a job alert feature, which you'll find out that's very important, the minimum requirements, application process and tips, and information for veterans. Our state government benefits. There are many benefits available when you become an employee with state government. You have the opportunity to find a rewarding career as part of Team Kentucky. We are the Commonwealth's largest employer. A lot of people don't realize that, but the state of Kentucky is the Commonwealth's largest employer. Here is some of our overview of some of our benefits. We have the health and wellness, which is a 4 health insurance plan option. No cost telehealth services, no cost wellness program, pharmacy benefits, and more. Our company culture is a flexible work schedules, or work-life balance, employee resource groups, diversity and inclusion programs, paid time off, which is annual and sick leave, 11.5 paid holidays per year, and 12.5 holidays on presidential election years, comp time, and other leave options. In addition to all of those, we also have other benefits as retirement, professional development opportunities, an employee assistance program, and there are much more after that as well. So you can see state government has a ton of benefits once you're an employee. Overview of the career site. This is a view of the careers website. Here you will be able to explore the many unique jobs found all across the Commonwealth. I always ask that you first review and read the external applicant guide, which I'm pointing out right here. It's located at the top right-hand side of the screen. This gives applicants an overview of the application process. I'm not sure, I'm thinking some people are saying they're not seeing the screens. Or you can view the video, which is the red link here. That gives you an informational on how to apply, just a quick overview on how to apply to state government. On this screen, you can view for the job openings. You can search jobs, click that. You can click this box, which is all jobs. Or you can search by agency or cabinet. And state government is made up of actually 11 cabinets. We have the Economic Development Cabinet, the Education and Labor Cabinet, Energy and Environment, Finance and Administration, General Government, Health and Family Services, Justice and Public Safety, the Personnel Cabinet, which of course is where I reside, the Public Protection Cabinet, Tourism, Arts and Heritage, and Transportation. You'll also see, I just wanted to note 2 boxes on here for our judicial and legislative branch. They are not part of the executive branch, but we do house their positions on our website. So if you're interested in actually reviewing those jobs, you can click on one of those boxes. And if you're interested in applying, you can apply to those as well. What I like to actually tell applicants to do prior to applying to any positions is you want to create a profile. And by doing that, this was going to be your unique profile for the state of Kentucky application. So what you would do is you would click this link here. It's going to ask you your name and an email address, and you're going to have to create a password. That email address is going to be unique for you only. This is your account, so you don't want to share this email with anybody because this is going to be your information inside this account. Next, when you actually click the box for search for jobs, or you are click the all jobs icon, or you even click one of the agency boxes, this is the screen that you're going to see. This is the view after you click on that. When you click on a job title, you'll be able to view the detailed job description. There will be a date and time located at the top of this description. So you will have to have successfully applied by that date and time. You can't be in the middle of the application and that date and time come and go, because it will kick you out. So you have to successfully applied by the date and time, which that is found at the top of the description. Also on this description, you're going to be able to view the location of the position, the salary, the agency it's with, and there's going to be a detailed description of the position. The agency itself posts these positions, so they give you a lot of insight of what this job is actually going to be. So that's pretty important to review that. Each job has minimum requirements that you can view on this description, and there's a contact person. That contact person information is found at the bottom of the description. So you'll want to make sure that you review that as well. And if you want or have any additional questions about the actual job, you're going to reach out to them and they'll be able to help you. Or if you just want to express your interest after you apply and let them know that you're very interested in the position and that you've applied and that you would like an interview. So once you review all of the detailed information, if you're ready to apply, when you click on that at the top left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see an orange box that says Apply Now. You would click that and kind of go forward in the process of the application. This is our job alert feature. I said in the agenda that this is pretty important. Today, we actually have 271 positions posted. And of course, the job listings are updated on a daily basis. Sometimes we could have over 500 positions posted. So it's really just depending on what's going on and when the positions are posted. So that's why this feature is very important for active job seekers. And the reason being is the job alerts will automatically email you each time a position opens in the criteria you're choosing. So to create this job alert, what you want to do is you're going to click search jobs. You're going to find the position and you're going to click create job alert. What it will do is it will ask you if you want to do this job alert by county or by keyword. I normally ask applicants to do this by county. So that way, anytime a position becomes available in the county you're wishing to work in, it's going to generate an email to you. You can actually have unlimited amount of job alerts. So, you can make as many as you want. They do expire after 90 days, but you can actually always recreate or extend those. And detailed instructions on how to do this is actually found under the external applicant guide as well. There is so much information in that external applicant guide, but that they do give you step-by-step instructions on how to create that. And you can also call us at any time if you need additional information on what to do or how to do that. And the minimum requirements. Each job advertisement has unique minimum requirements, which may include education, experience, and special requirements. You're going to want to review the complete job advertisement and minimum requirements carefully prior to applying to any position. The minimum requirements you'll find are found towards the bottom of the job description. Once you click on that job title, bring up the job description. After you review it, the minimum requirements are close to the bottom. Here is an example of minimum requirements that you would be viewing. This is for the correctional officer position. So you'll see that there's education. It's telling you that this particular position is requiring a high school education. As far as experience, training, or skills, there's always a substitution clause of an education experience or experience for education. You're seeing here that it's telling you there's none. So there's no substitutions here. And then your special requirements, which is usually including your age or a valid driver's license and additional requirements from the Department of Juvenile Justice. So it's telling you exactly what is required for this position. If you are interested in the position and you think you meet those requirements, then you would go ahead and apply. I also like to tell everyone that if you are the selected candidate for the position or a position, the education you're listing on the application, it will be requested if it's needed to meet the minimum qualifications for the position. So what that's meaning is if you put education on the application and it's used to approve you for the position, and you're hired, it will be requested on when you start employment. So that's something just for you to know. And you'll just see that through the application, and it actually asks you that as well. Once you enter the education on the application, you'll have to agree that you can provide that. And here is just a quick overview of application process steps. Of course, when you're applying, you have to find the position that interests you. You're going to want to review the complete job advertisement and minimum requirements carefully. If it's something you're interested in and you think that you meet those, you're going to want to select Apply Now, and you'll create the profile. Or if you've already created the profile, you'll just log in and then you'll start that application process. Step number 3, you can, when you're applying, it gives you the option to upload a resume. When you upload that resume, the system automatically parses it into the application. You're going to want to make sure that parsing is correct. Sometimes, depending on the format you've saved for the resume versus our system, it does jumble, or it doesn't correctly parse everything over. So you're going to want to make any kind of edits and updates prior to submitting this application. It's very important that you remember that once you submit an application, you cannot go back and make changes to it. So you're going to want to make sure that you proofread and edit and do all of that prior to submitting. So then once you submit the application, you can actually go to a link that, once you're logged in, is found by the external applicant guide. On the left-hand or right-hand side of the screen, it says My Profile. You can click that, and that's going to allow you to see everything within your account. It's going to give you your application status. It's going to let you know that you successfully applied by showing you submitted out from the position that you applied to. If you didn't successfully apply, it's going to give you a status of not submitted. So you know that you didn't successfully submit to it. So you need to go ahead and finish what you need to do prior to that closing date and time and get that submitted. So it's very important that you always review that profile just to make sure everything's correct, your application status, and that you successfully applied to what you want to apply to. Some application tips we like to give out is just some, please do not leave any of the fields on the application with an NA unless there's no information to provide. You're going to want to provide accurate and detailed information regarding your work experience, education, and other information, meaning that we want you to put everything on this application. If you don't think that it's important, it may be, depending on if there's an experience versus education substitution clause. So you're going to want to put all of your work history, all of your education, and all of any kind of licensures or anything that you have on this application. You're going to want to proofread your application to ensure there's no spelling or grammatical errors. And you'll want to do this, like I said before, prior to submitting the application. Because as in step number 4 here, once you submit the application, you cannot make changes to it. Also, like what I like to let people know is with the job description, there is that contact person. So you may want to actually send that information to yourself through an email or write that down, because once that job description closes, once the job advertisement closes, you can't review that job description again. So you can email the information to you, or you can write it down, or, you can call us and we can give that to you. But I find that it's a lot easier is if the applicant actually emails it to them, so they can keep that description and the contact person in the event that there is an upcoming interview or they want to reference back for any reason. So what happens after you apply? So after you've successfully applied to the positions, the hiring agency has 90 days to fill this position. That doesn't mean that it will take that long, but they do have 90 days from the advertised closing date of the position to actually go through the entire process and hire someone. All qualified applicants will be considered, but may not necessarily receive an interview. So what that means is that once you successfully apply, the position closes, then the agency will actually review all candidates, and then they will decide who they feel would be the best fit for the position. And then they'll start the interview process. The selected applicants will be contacted by the hiring agency for the next step in the process. So they would reach out if they're interested in going forward with an interview. Like I said before, you can always reach out to the contact person to further express your interest in a job posting, just to let them know that you're interested and that you've successfully applied. And then you can just talk about the position if you'd like to do that. Information for our veterans. If we have any veterans on this Zoom presentation, I'd like to first say thank you for your service. And we want to make sure that you are aware that we have this opportunity available for you and possible family members. In accordance with KRS 18A.150, Veterans Preference provides veterans, and in some instances their family members, opportunities to receive interview preference to a competitive classified position. To receive interview preference, applicants must meet minimum qualifications and requirements and provide the required documentation on or prior to the advertised closing date for the job vacancy. So the documentation needs to be sent in on or prior to when that job closes. And interview preference shall only apply to candidates seeking an initial appointment to the classified service. If you have for specific information or regarding interview preference or eligibility, you can contact Stuart Clark. His contact information is on this slide, but he is our actual veterans advisor. You can also, you can go and review all of the information on the careers website. There is a box called Veteran Spouses. And if you click that, it does give you all of the information you need. Stuart's information is on there as well. So you can find that there if you want to reach out to him. He is actually a veteran himself, so he can assist you with any of this process. Please don't hesitate to reach out to him at any time. So this would conclude my presentation on applying for state government, the insights to the application process. Again, my name is Rebekah Singleton, and my information, of course, is available on this screen, and it's also available on the careers website. Once again, please reach out to us for any assistance if needed. We are here to help you, and hopefully you will be able to go on our website and apply to positions successfully. If you have any questions, please reach out at any time.
Thank you, Rebekah, for the excellent presentation. We know that this is very worthy information for those of us, for those job seekers that are interested in the government sector. Do we have any questions online or in person here for Rebekah? You covered everything so well. Your graphics were wonderful.
Thank you.
Remember that this presentation is recorded, so you will have access to that through our website. So I'm sure some of you might need to go back and reference that at some time. Thanks again for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're going to move forward with closing this session of Job Club, and we'll begin with who's hiring. And we want to talk about that. And if there are any employers online and you would like to announce a job lead, just please raise your hand and we'll give you an opportunity to speak up. Okay, we do have a question. If Rebekah is still with us.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So he needs to type it in the chat box.
Hello, I have a question regarding the Kentucky employment application system. Is it the same one that I applied to for the county health departments?
No, they are different. The state government, you can find all of our positions on the careers.ky.gov site. That's our site, and that's where we house our positions. The health department is a different entity and we don't have their positions on our website. The state of Kentucky website we have presence in all counties throughout the state. So you can go on the website and you can break down that search criteria and you can choose county. I think I saw where you asked in the chat box if we had more than Madison County. We do. We have every county in Kentucky. So you can just click on that county, break that down if you wanted to choose Fayette County, and then that will bring back all of the positions that are available in Fayette County. And like I said, they do change daily. So you could set up that job alert to receive notification when Fayette County has positions. But no, we don't have the health department positions on our website.
Okay, because I had been applying for positions through this website that I've just posted in the chat. Is that the place that I should be, that I
Yes.
need to apply through?
Yes, yes. And you create your account and you
Yes,
can,
I'd already
yes,
created an account, and that's why I was
right.
was
And you can
curious
go to
because
your profile and it's going to show you everything you've applied to. And you can see the application status there.
okay, because I was making sure that it's the same website as the place that I had been applying for multiple employment opportunities regarding health departments.
Well, ours is careers.ky.gov.
Okay, that part I get. It's just that this is the main. Is that is this that's the thing that was curious because it looked that's what it felt like, that it's the same application system, but what different departments use different job posting sites.
If you wanted after this presentation, or you could give me a call directly. And what I can do is I can actually go into your account and we can look at that together. And then we can figure out what you've applied to and what site you're actually on. Our phone number, of course, you've got on this slide, but you can actually reach us at 502-564-8030. And I'll be more than happy to look and see what's going on with the account.
Okay, because I also have one question in it, that is removing employment history that you did not mean that I did not mean to create.
Yes, we can go through that too. You have the option when you're applying. That application is going to prompt again. So you can put that information in there so it's correct when you're applying to the position next time.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. I think we have an additional question. Tiffany Clark, do you have a question?
No, I don't.
I think you're muted, Tiffany. Okay, I think she's probably had that question answered. Okay, well, thanks again, Rebecca. And with you did post your phone number and to the office, so if anyone has additional inquiries, they can reach you. Did we have any employers online that have a job lead that would like to announce that? Any employers? Remember, you can email your job club leads to jobclub@uky.edu by noon today. And we will include those and make sure that they are in our post-meeting job lead list that goes out in our newsletter to our job club community later on this afternoon. So you can do that as well. Moving on, let's talk about our job club facilitators and programs, and we begin with the Cooperative Extension Service. We want to remind you that we have an office in all 120 counties in Kentucky, and there are all types of areas of focus: 4-H and youth development, horticulture, family and consumer sciences, agriculture, natural resources. So if you have anything of interest, it will be included in one of those program areas. So we just invite you to reach out to your local extension office, see what's happening there, what resources, what programs they have during this winter period. And I'm sure that you will benefit immensely by doing that. Human resources, we have UK STEPS temporary employment, and that is coordinated by Nicole Waite, who is an employment specialist. So feel free to visit UK STEPS online, which is in your chat box. We have that address. And so there are all types of leads that will be available, presented by UK STEPS, and that will be in your newsletter later this afternoon as well. So check those out. UK Alumni Career Services If you would like some one-on-one help with resume writing, interview tips, LinkedIn, job search strategies, there are opportunities for you to get a one-on-one coaching services. So there's information in your packet on how to sign up for that. And for those of you online, there's also a link to explore more of these services as well. Our next job club will be in the 2024 new year. So we're excited about that. It takes place on Tuesday, January the 9th. We will have aligning mission, values, and goals for career success. And that's presented by our own Amy Gamblin. And she's the Associate Director of UK Alumni Career Services. So what a way to begin the year, setting goals, making sure that alignment fits your values and your mission. I do want to remind you again that beginning in January, we will not have in-person opportunity to attend Job Club, but we will be available virtually. So all that information is going to be included in your registration information that will be forthcoming in our newsletter and as well as our marketing. So pay attention to that, and we look forward to everything that will be developing in the new year. You can register at ukalumni.net/job club or scan the QR scan that's on the screen. So thanks everyone for attending, and for those of you that are in person, we invite you to stay and network with us so that we can talk a little bit more about your particular interest and concerns. So until then, and until January, when we ring up the old new year and begin the new, we say thank you for joining us at Job Club, and see you next time.